their names and badge numbers, and I don't remember who was who.
All right, it's 1:07 p.m. on January 17th, 2020. The police have assaulted and harassed me. They're in my home against my will for nothing. So your concern is that I'm in here hurting myself?
I said, I don't know. I said, I can't see from the door. I just need to verify your
Well, I haven't done anything to make you believe that I'm hurting myself.
And where's your ID, please? I need to
and you're not welcome in here. I haven't done anything. Right. You need to leave.
I'm in the communal area.
This man assaulted me.
Can I have your ID?
This man assaulted me.
Right. Once I verify your ID, I will leave you in peace. I need to see your passport, please.
Bye.
And I have permission.
You're harassing a victim of human trafficking.
Right, well, you need to tell me about that then. I don't
know. No, I don't. It's none of your damn business. I haven't done anything.
Right, if you're saying you're a victim of human trafficking, that makes it my business. That's a crime. That's
no, actually, because it has nothing to do with.
Where's your passport is what I'm interested in.
I'm looking for my ID. Thank you.
But that's not your passport, is it?
Because I'm an asylum seeker.
He's not going in your room? He's not allowed to go in your room?
Really? Because you tried to... Why is that? You're allowed in my home against my will?
Now. I can see you. I don't have a concern.
He's not allowed in my room, but he's allowed in my foyer.
Can I have your ID?
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
And it's very welcome. You're very welcome to record it because everything's been recorded already, Anna.
Well, nothing was recorded when this man assaulted me in the field, in the playing field, when I was walking through. Because I asked him what he wanted to talk to me about. He wouldn't tell me, and so he aggressively grabbed my arm.
I'll be honest with you, you don't actually give people half the time to explain, so that might
You've been talking over me the whole time. He had no right to touch me.
Your ID, please.
And see, you're the one talking over me. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I just want to explain that because of the assault, the harassment, and the abuse, that I didn't feel safe giving you my real name. So here's my ID.
Right, thank you. Let's start again.
Here's my ID.
Okay, we'll start again.
I'm an asylum seeker.
Have you made an application?
That's what the card is.
Okay. Well, I haven't got all the answers. That's why I'm asking you.
It's right there.
So afford us the courtesy to give us the information when we ask it.
Afford criminal police the courtesy. Rachel, you assaulted me.
Rachel, as somebody who's claiming asylum, there is no need to keep that from us. We are the police.
He assaulted me.
Right.
Okay. I haven't assaulted you. I've asked for ID. I've asked for your details, and you've chosen to lie to me. So we take
because this man who assaulted me is still here.
Do you want to stand outside, Jason?
Yeah,
me
and you also forced yourself on me to cross the road, claiming, can you please remove your hand from your mouth because it just makes me uncomfortable. Thank you. I thought she asked you to stand outside.
I'm keeping support of my colleagues at this time.
She asked you to stand outside. Wouldn't that be the support?
Now.
You're inside.
Rachel, what's your date of birth, please?
It's on there.
I've got a valid until and I'll place in date of issue. Show me where your date of birth, please, as I can't see it on there. Okay, thank you.
And now that there's 3 of you here, will somebody write down, this is the 4th time I've asked, somebody write down the incident number, your names, and caller numbers. There's 3 of you here. Can't somebody do it right now? Sorry, what did you want to say?
Pardon?
What were you saying? You heard me. Hand over the mouth again. It's a PTSD trigger, and I just asked you to put your hands down. Thank you. Why is that something to make a face over? You were antagonistic.
Okay? We don't need your permission, we just need the permission of the person who's on the tenancy agreement. Okay?
That's not true. And you've been entirely antagonistic this whole time.
Right. That is you. We've seen the documents. He's on the tenancy agreement. Are you going to be leaving tonight? Because you need to start packing up your stuff.
It's not possible. I haven't breached the peace at all.
No, you need to prevent the breach of the peace. But you are breaching the peace, really.
I'm not. There is no threat.
You're sort of arguing, aren't you?
Arguing with you? Well, why don't you leave and the argument will be over? Okay. I've never argued with Akil. Anytime he has been antagonistic, I walk away. You know that training, right? Because you're completely ignoring it.
How can we help you with it? How can we help you? What's happened?
Well, it would first help. The window's open. And he's just standing out there listening, and now you've put me in a vulnerable position.
Have we?
Okay.
In your opinion.
What do you want to tell us?
What do you mean in my opinion? He now is listening to the fucking conversation.
Okay, that's not...
I need time to ensure I have a safe accommodation to go to because I am in a vulnerable position.
Okay. Have you reported things to police before?
I have, and guess what? Every time, the report disappears. As I told you, my traffickers exist within the police as well.
Okay, alright.
Traffickers exist within the police as well. I was also inducted, I was in the NRM. I lived in safe houses for 2 years.
Okay.
I'm also an asylum.
What's the NRM?
What?
Explain what the NRM is to me.
You don't know what the National Referral Mechanism is because you're a first responder. You don't know what it is.
Alright, I heard all sorts of acronyms, okay? I didn't know what that one was. Alright?
So can you tell me what the NRM is now?
Referral mechanism. So, what referred to other social services, things like that?
So you still don't know what National Referral Mechanism is?
I don't know.
You're a first responder.
Listen, as a first responder, I need to deal with lots of things.
You're a first responder in the NRM, buddy. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It's not one we use normally.
Okay, Rachel.
You don't know what diverting from the issue.
No, the National Referral Mechanism, because you are face to face with the victim of human trafficking, and you don't know. And you don't know what you're legally obligated to do.
We don't know your story. We don't know anything.
You don't even know how. You don't know how to respond.
How do I know? All you know is your name is Rachel.
You're ignoring everything. Oh.
Do you want to tell us more about it or not?
You're not really receptive, and the fact that you don't know what you're legally obligated to do with my information doesn't inspire confidence.
Okay. Shall I tell you why we're sceptical? Okay, it's because we come up here, we're trying to talk to you, we're trying to be polite. Okay.
Sorry, what did you want to say?
Pardon?
What were you saying? You heard me.
Victor Fuzzer.
Hand over the mouth again. It's a PTSD trigger, and I just asked you to put your hands down. Thank you. Why is that something to make a face over?
Fuzzer. Yeah, the details that were passed earlier are incorrect. Can I give you details from the lady's card that she has as an application for asylum? Yeah, surname. So far. Yeah, Rachel. Take that one back from me.
It's still going through.
Right, okay. Have they given you any suggestion as to how long before?
No, if you know anything about the Home Office, they're really terrible with communication. They've ignored all of my attempts at contact.
Okay.
Even when I was in asylum accommodation because I was destitute and I was being abused there, and the Home Office willingly ignored my reports of the abuse.
Locally or?
No, it was somewhere else.
Okay. How long have you actually been sort of within Devon? Is that since August?
Since January of last year.
It's about a year.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just try and
year
explain.
to the day. It's almost like a anniversary.
Can I just try and explain why we're at the situation that we're at? And it may be very different back in the USA, but I just want to tell you.
That man put his hands on me and he had no rights to.
I've asked you if I can explain to you what our concerns are, but again, you've not let me. May I please explain the reason why we've been called and the actions why we've taken? I can only talk from when I've arrived. I can't talk on behalf of my colleague. So can I explain, please? Is that a yes or no?
Well, if I say no, will you go away? I mean, I gave pause so that you could speak. But if I have the option of saying no, then you're welcome to leave.
You wanted to know why I took hands on you going across the road. You wanted to know why.
No, you already explained, and you were pretending like you said that it was because that man said I was running out into the traffic, and I wasn't. I was simply walking away from him. That's why he assaulted me.
I said to you, irrespective of that with my colleague, I said the report that we'd had from the member of the school was that your behaviour was deemed strange. They thought you were in a heightened state and they were concerned for your mental health, okay? As I have said to you, I don't know you, Rachel. I've not met you before, okay? I do not know your background. I don't know whether you suffer from a mental health condition, PTSD, depression or whatever, okay? I knew very little about you and the details you gave me happened to be false. You wouldn't get in my car, which is fine. You wanted to walk here. But I know nothing about you and I don't know that the minute you don't step off that curb, that you might try to harm yourself. And that's the reason why I've taken hold of you to escort you back. And that I can explain to you, all right? I'm not here for a criminal offence. I'm here because people are concerned for your welfare. All right? And that is why we've been called.
I haven't done anything. You have no proof that I was displaying actions of mental illness.
From what they have said to us, and the description given.
There was a man who was harassing me. Okay. You should look into that. When I was walking away, he kept following me. I wasn't on the property. He kept following me. And I simply said, go away, stop following me. So it seems that he made a false report.
It's not a false report. He's made a call with good intentions.
Okay, so he made a call falsely. I didn't do anything.
Falsely.
How do you know that? How do you know that? You have no proof. Why is his word taken over mine?
Okay. I'm not taking side. I'm not saying he's lying. I'm saying he's made a call with good intent. It might not be that what he's reporting.
It wasn't good intent. It was abuse because I hadn't done anything. Right. But simply because I told him to go away, he became hostile and made a report with false claims against me. That's not that's not a call of good intent. And why do you talk over me?
Because I'm trying to explain to you.
There is no reason to talk over me.
He is from the school and you were within school grounds. Okay.
And when I was leaving, he kept following me.
Because he was concerned about how you were behaving.
Like I said, I wasn't doing anything. Right. This man made a false report. He lied. And why can you say that he hasn't lied?
Which one? I've got those.
So now that nothing has happened, and you can see that I haven't displayed any actions or any behavior of mental illness. And like I said, I have a cold. You've got my door open.
The ID she's provided, what is it?
It's the registration card for asylum. It's got a reference number on it.
Yes, the registration card for asylum.
Or for application.
Issued by the Home Office.
So now that, as I was saying, you've seen for yourself, I walked cooperatively with you. I haven't displayed anything of mental illness.
And from that side of things, I will leave you here to get on your afternoon. The only thing I'm now just doing is verifying with the Home Office about the cards because I can't run you against another UK system to verify what ID you show me. So we're just looking for verification on that and then I'll happily leave you to your
And why do you need to verify? I don't understand why you can't verify my ID from the ID.
I'll be honest with you, it's the first time I've ever seen one of those cards.
You've never seen...
No. Never seen one before.
Okay, so this is the ID that the Home Office issues everybody for who has applied for asylum.
No disrespect to yourself. It might be that your case is ongoing. It might be that your process has been or your application has been denied, and I don't know whether you're sort of unlawfully here and you need to be recalled. So I'll be honest, I'm checking.
So
to make
this
sure that as well.
is a criminal issue that you've taken upon yourself.
No, I'm not taking it upon myself. I'm just making sure that you are here legally. And you are here without any concern. And that's the two things that I'm doing. And that is being done by my colleague who's on the phone to the office now. All right.
Just trying to establish
If
the
you've got a
current
calling
status.
card, please, just so I can put our details in. That's all right.
Got my details.
So can you do this outside because it's cold and you have my door open and I have a cold, like I said.
That's fine.
Can you do this outside was
No,
my
no, no,
question.
no, no.
Why not?
Because I'm not going anywhere until I've confirmed your ID.
You don't have to go anywhere. You're welcome to stand right outside the door.
I don't want to stand outside in the cold either, Rachel. I'll be honest with you.
Well, nobody forced you here. And this is my home and you're not welcome. To be honest with you. She doesn't...
Thank you.
My landlady never even asked my last name. But you have her phone number.
This is a communal part of the building. She's happy for us to be in this communal part of the building.
Yeah, I've spoken to Chloe. I mean, yeah, she's happy with that.
When did you speak to her?
Just as we walked in,
Really? Because you said you couldn't get a hold of her and she's also at
she
work.
rang me back.
What's
Oh.
30077.
It's funny that you had her number in your phone.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not funny. It's just community relations.
It makes it easier if we give our phone numbers out to people, so if they need to get hold of us.
But
and
you
vice
had
versa.
her phone number. Right, okay. What do you think about her never even asking my last name?
To be honest, my knowledge of Airbnbs and their conditions and whatever, I don't know anything. Nothing at all about it.
I'm asking, do you think, what is your opinion of her not even asking my last name to rent
So
out long term?
No opinion. I don't
So
know.
I've been here since August and she sought me out to rent from her long term, but she never even asked my last name
Yeah.
or even gave me her last name.
Okay. So to be honest, I've not gotten an opinion. I don't know.
Do you
if
know
it's
what is her last name? Can you tell me?
You'd have to ask her. She
Yeah.
never chose to give it to you.
Are you serious? You don't think I should know my landlord's last name? You don't think that's a safety issue?
Right. Okay.
No?
You wanted.
So you won't ask or you won't answer?
I can't give her your name. There's no requirement for me to give you her name.
You don't think my question was, do you think it's a safety issue that my landlord didn't ask my last name and never gave me her last name? And she sought me out
It would have
for
been a
long-term
question
renting.
I may have asked before I agreed to take tenancy, but that's
Do you think it's a
just my-
safety issue was my question?
No, I don't. If
It's
you-
not.
No. Okay,
Okay.
Right. We know who owns this building. If there's ever an issue, it's not a problem.
That's
is it?
not my question.
Okay, so you wanted to know the reference number. That's the reference number in relation to the call that we had. So it's logged with today's date, which is the 17th of the 1st, 2020. I am PC376 Baker, and this is my colleague PCSO Broadhurst, and my other colleague is PCSO Basie. Okay, so that has all our details on
And you
it.
said you were going to write down how I can write
If
to
you-
request
If
the...
you go onto the website, on the back it tells you how you can contact us, and if you want information, it will do it step by step with you.
So I can find how to request the recording made of me today.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You can make a request. It will be up to the disclosure office as to whether they feel they need to provide you with that.
So I don't have a right to
No, you can
the
ask for it.
information
I
about
don't
me.
get- I'm a police officer. I don't get to decide.
Well, a
who
right
gets
would
to
be
do
something that's automatic, something that's inherently given.
You
So
can
I
make
don't have
you
a
can
right.
Make a request, and they will decide whether they need to fulfil that request or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we all set here?
Just waiting for my colleague to get off the telephone and update us with your sort of current status with the Home Office, and then as long as we're happy, we'll leave you to it.
And so can you tell me what was the behavior that I was supposedly exhibiting that made the call?
So the report that I had was that you were on school premises. You've been there several times today.
And where on the premises was I?
On the fields. Was
Which
I was
fields?
Right. I was 10 miles away in my car. I got just told you were in the fields at the school. Okay, on the playing fields at the school. That's all I know. I don't know exactly what field because I've not spoken to him.
Because the other man said that I was in the classrooms.
Right, you asked me what I knew. This is what I know.
Well, why is there a discrepancy among the officers
I don't know
here?
if you've spoken to somebody from the school. I only know what I've been told by our control room.
Okay.
Was that you've been approached several times by staff.
How many times?
Several. I don't know how many. That was what I was told. You're asking me what I'm being told and then you're challenging me.
I'm just asking for details.
Several. That was what I was told. Several times. Not numbers. They told me several times. They've approached you and asked you to leave. Okay? They believe that you were in a heightened state and then you've gone.
And why did they believe I was in a heightened state?
I'm about to explain.
Okay.
Because you've then gone off into the field. You've laid on the field with your legs in the air, waving your legs around.
So I went from one field to another, and
you're kind of trying to look for splitting hairs. I'm telling you what I know.
That is what the story isn't making sense.
Okay, it doesn't make sense. You're right. It's very strange, and that's
the narrative of the events, how it goes from one to the other, doesn't make sense. Why are you talking over me?
Because you're not listening to.
You have no right to talk over me,
and neither do you have a right to talk over me. Okay, a conversation is when people listen. You are not listening to what I'm saying, and I'm waiting. And what I'm going to say to you is, I'm not going to go over the narrative because you're not listening to me.
Sure, I am. You can't answer my questions and then you talk over me and then you were claiming that I'm doing the same to you simply because you started talking over me. So the accusation was I went from one field to another and I lied on the ground and I waved my legs in the air.
Rachel.
Is that correct?
I'm not going to go over this with you. If you want to know what it said, you can make that request to the police.
You're not going to tell me what the accusations against me are?
Because you keep talking over me. No, I'm not going
to.
I've explained more than once.
I won't say anything. Just explain it all from top to bottom because you haven't explained the end. So
I explained over by the school and I've tried to explain again now. I'm not going to go over this again. Like I say, we're just waiting to hear on the current status of what your asylum is with the Home Office and then we will leave you to it.
You explained over by the school? We weren't by the school.
By the entrance to the school fields. When I arrived, where I parked my car is the entrance to the school property, to the fields.
You just said that you explained twice, once at the school and then now. And so, like I said, I had a book and I showed you the towel I had and the water bottle and the book I had whenever you got to me. Mm-hmm. And I explained that I was on the outskirts. It's right by my house. I didn't realize that it was school property. Mm-hmm. I was just sitting in the sunshine, reading a book, and a man approached me and he started asking me my name, and I said I'd like to be left in peace. And then I got up and I walked away, and I got onto the pathway off the school property. He kept following me. I said, "Stop following me," and that's why he's made this report.
Okay,
he was
so that's something to be taken up with him.
No, it's not. It's a police matter. And now I'm telling you.
Okay.
And now I'm telling you what actually happened.
And we have a version from him, we have a version from you, and I've not witnessed either of them. So But
you're taking his word over mine.
I'm not taking one word or the other. Ultimately, the issue as to why I'm here was about your welfare, not about criminal offences.
And there was nothing about my welfare that you've witnessed.
Okay, so we're still getting details. So initially,
man, if you can get information from the Home Office, that'll be a miracle because it's been a long time since they've
under asylum under sex trafficking,
as I was saying.
And then that was refused, and you were.
It was not refused.
Okay, so I'm only telling you what they've told us.
Are you talking about the National Referral Mechanism? That's different from the asylum.
Okay, whatever you want to call it. What I'm
no, I need to know what the status of.
You're really not listening, are you? So you asked for asylum under sex trafficking. That was refused.
That's incorrect.
And then on the day you were due to leave the UK, you asked for asylum for something else.
That's
which
incorrect.
We haven't found out at the moment.
That is incorrect.
That's what we've been told.
Well,
Okay?
that's
So
incorrect,
at the
and I have all
moment-
the
at the
paperwork to
moment-
prove
Listen,
that's incorrect.
You're not listening
Why
again.
aren't you listening to me?
Because you've asked me a question and you're not letting me answer. So do you want me to answer your question?
I didn't. What
Yes or
question
no?
did I ask you? I didn't ask you a question. I
So
was telling
at
you
the
it was
moment-
incorrect.
At the moment, you are here legally while your second request is being processed.
I only filed for asylum
Okay.
once.
Okay,
I have the
well,
paperwork to
They're
prove it.
saying twice.
I have the paperwork to prove it.
I don't doubt you. I'm not calling you a liar. Like I said, this is not the police dealing with this. As you correctly pointed out, this is the Home Office.
And you're
Okay.
getting inaccurate information from the Home Office.
Possibly.
Okay, and
I'm
I'm
just
glad that it
relaying
doesn't
to
matter.
you- I'm just relaying to you what they've told us. So you are here legally. You are entitled to be here.
I
That's
know
what I'm
that.
trying to say. Oh, okay. So we got
So,
there eventually.
great. So everybody can leave. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm just going to square that away with my colleague.
You can go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Yes, you can leave now. A little faster. Wow. I mean, blood is boiling, adrenaline pumping. I won't make much sense if I try to talk right now. They're still out there. Oh, and they claimed they didn't want to stand outside. So how much narcissistic manipulation and I can't tell if that's, yeah, I think that's the officer, the bald one on the right. He's in plain clothes now. I think it's the same guy who assaulted me. God, that was fucked up.